What's up, you sick sons of bitches? And welcome into your NFL pregame show. Yeah, I'm starting it that way because I'm pissed to be awake this early. What the hell are we doing?
Man, dog, why you can't be pissed? It's Sunday, bro. At 8 o'clock.
No objections at all.
What's wrong with you?
Welcome into your NFL pregame show. I'm Rob Trujillo. That's for Sterling. Jesus Christ. That's Sterling for nope, over here. That's Dave. Say hi, fellas. What's up? Did we ever settle? Is it Dave? So this is the first time the three of us have been back on the show in weeks. Did we ever settle Sterls for the girls? Right? We know that. Is it Dave for the dudes?
Don't say it, Rob.
Golly, man, he said, "Dog, you can't take that slander from him, dude."
It's not slander, man.
Only if it's Rob for the hand.
I mean, listen. If key dudes are into it, whoever, whatever. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Dave's into it. It just means he's here for the dudes. That's all.
I'm here for my dudes.
He doesn't like. Well, then listen, David. You got to come up with a nickname, dog. You play sports. Do you ever get nicknames? Because really, nicknames, you don't come up with yourself.
It was always my last name because there's always like 13 Davids on a team, so they're just like Gergen, and I'm like, oh shit, what'd I do?
I mean, I got dubbed Colorado Rob when I was playing rugby because there was like 6 Robs, and they're like, all right, Jersey Rob, Colorado Rob.
You played rugby?
Oh yeah, long time.
Wow.
Rugby's a real sport, dog.
No, hey man, I'm not hating on that. That's a brutal sport.
A lot of fun. All right. Well, one of us is a little time crunch. Stroles has a little time crunch going on today, so he might jet early. But let's get right into it. It's your NFL pregame show, which means we talk about anything that you want to talk about. Get in those comments. Let us know whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. David, you don't even have any channels on here. I just realized that. So we're gonna have to add some of your channels.
Yeah.
But wherever you are, go ahead, drop a comment in there about what you want to talk about. If you got a question about a line, a question about an over/under, if you got your survivor pool that you need help picking a game in, if you're doing stardom situm right now, let us know. Let us know what you're doing, and we are happy to spend a couple minutes talking about it. Let's start with this live game, fellas. I did not put in a bet before this game started, but it's an interesting one, no doubt. Jaguars at Bears in London. Really, it's a home game for the Jaguars if you've ever seen one. But 3-0 Jags up, and we are in the second quarter, starting the second quarter. Damn, early football. God, yeah. I would sleep through this entire game if I could. But did either of you put in a bet on this one?
I did. I took Chicago -1.
Okay. I didn't because I don't even.
Charles, we can't.
I forget about. You can't hear me?
I can hear him. Oh, maybe that's a you problem.
I forget that there's a London game every week. That's how uninspiring the football is.
It's not every week, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of whatever to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not a huge. It's not like even the one time the Bills played on that week, like that time slot, I was just like, I do not want to be part of this.
What an awful day, too, by the way.
Not great.
Just an awful day.
Sorry about that up. Okay, so right now the line is -2.5. The Jags are leading by a field goal, but just kicked it back to the Bears. Anybody going to do any live betting there? I'll probably let that.
Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do one. I'll take, give me the Jags -3.5.
I am really interested to see. The one thing that's interesting about this is terrible. The one thing that's interesting about the London games is seeing how the teams react when they come back.
Yeah.
And, Minnesota 5-0, and I I think they were on a bye this week.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
I can check that out.
They
and
are.
See.
Okay. Yeah, they are on a bye this week. So they elected to take their bye afterwards, which I think is smart.
Smart.
Jets did not. They come back, they fire a coach, and they play the Bills on Monday Night Football. We'll get to that game, but I just seeing what happens to these teams post their trip to London, I think is always really interesting. I feel like it can throw off a whole season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did the Bills do when they returned from London?
That was that Giants game they almost lost.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
They were also down 4 starters because of that Jacksonville.
That's also
game in
correct.
London. I was at that game, and it was normally you like to see an NFL game because it's the home team and the away team jerseys, and everybody in the stands, it's one or the other. In London, it was literally you had like Ricky Williams Dolphins jerseys, and I was like, the Dolphins aren't playing today, but everybody's just rooting for NFL, which is fine. But like when the Bills do something great, you only get like a quarter of the crowd getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with all the injuries, everyone's just like, this is boring. And I'm like, this is the worst day of my life.
Well, and they're playing on that shitty turf. And like I know they had problems with the grass being too long and slippery and shit, but I don't know. I mean, even if the game quality isn't as good, I'd rather see them on the grass than the turf. If it really does make a difference, I've heard that it's kind of a fallacy that it does, but interesting.
Well,
Man,
I took this bet Chicago -1 earlier this morning. So
you were awake before this game started.
You know he's a beast.
Jesus,
you know he's a beast.
I don't even want to be awake right now. I'm angry. I'm awake right now. I'm
some
mad.
of us come prepared for this job.
Come prepared. You want to compare our yearly picks, dog? Is that what you want
to? Hey, speaking of picks, Rob, I gotta say you're right. You're right. Straight bets are the way to go.
Oh, absolutely.
I won $65 last week.
Look at you, dude. If you know ball, like if you're just betting for fun, and I don't begrudge people, especially if you've got the money to just kind of throw it away on bullshit. Like if you don't care, good for you. Like go ahead, do it. This is a form of entertainment. And as long as you understand that, just like you pay for a concert ticket, if you want to sit in front of your TV and waste your money, yeah, dude, go for the parlays and the, prop bets and all that kind of stuff. If you know ball, nothing like betting just straight lines. Nothing. I mean, that is the way to go, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, and it's, you know what it is too? On a much smaller scale, it's kind of a morale booster. Just seeing yourself like, oh, that's a win. I picked that one right. Yeah. I picked that one right. It's nice.
Until you get a little bit shaky because you're like, wait, did I pick that? I thought I picked that. And then you go in your bets and it's not that.
Yeah. But hey, so yeah, I'll still do a parlay, but I'm gonna do straight bets. All straight bets today.
What's this? Do we have a promise here?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
We're gonna actually be betting?
Changing hearts and minds, Rob. One day at a time.
One day at a time, dog.
All right, well, let's get into it then.
Let's do it.
Make him put his money where his mouth is.
Let's do it.
Cardinals Packers is our first game of the day. Cardinals getting 5.5 points. Jordan Love kind of back in the swing of things now. Cardinals, in my opinion, better than a 2-3 team, coming off a huge win against the San Francisco 49ers.
Big game.
And that division, as much fear as it strikes in everybody, kind of wide open right now, kind of there for the taking. So don't sleep on the Arizona Cardinals, who are very live in that division right now. The 2-3 Cardinals head to Green Bay to play the Packers. Sterls, we'll start with you on this one. Who you got?
Oh man, give me the Packers on this one. I know that the Packers have kind of had a little comeback to earth moment. Jordan Love, he's still getting back to form, but the Cardinals have been a surprise. I mean, they put together some good games. So yeah, give me the Pack. What's the spread on this one? Let me see. In my app, it says 5.5.
A lot.
That's a big one.
5.5. You know what? I renege. Give me the Cardinals
you're not
plus
allowed
5.
to. You got to bet. Nope. You have
I
to bet
don't.
the Packers
I
now.
don't.
Yeah, you
Nah.
do. I'm taking the 5.5 points. Yes, it's on the road, but more than a field goal is too much for me to give up right there. I feel like this ends up being a field goal game. I feel like most NFL games are a field goal game. And so I feel like this one's going to end up close. Trying to contain Kyler Murray here. He feels like he's taking a step, like he's feeling himself a little bit. So, interesting. I just looked up and saw that the Bears had scored. So 7-3 Bears now in the lead. Go ahead, David. Who you got for Cardinals Packers?
I went with the Cardinals. I think they're on a bit of a heater. They're playing well. I don't think Jordan Love's 100% back. Jair Alexander's still injured. There's just a bunch of, I don't know if you've looked at the injury report for Green Bay. There's 18 people on that sumbitch with 6 of them being questionable, including Jair Alexander.
It's week 5. Everybody's injury report looks like a freaking Lord of the Rings novel nowadays.
It's not good, but no, I took the 5.5. It's on the road. I get it, but Kyler's doing well. If Jair Alexander's questionable or even limited in the game, I think you have some real opportunity there for the Arizona receivers to get some catches, get some yak, and score some points. So
we don't talk about it often. It's actually not really a great option on our bet MGMs, which is what David and I use, and then I think Stills you use DraftKings.
Correct.
Yeah. But this game to me is a great game for a teaser. So I don't know if you guys know how teasers work, but essentially you bet a parlay and you get extra points. If you're betting the spread, you get extra points, 6 points, but you have to bet all 3 of them and then you bet it at even money. And so it's like you're betting all 3 games. You got to win all 3 of them, but you get extra point. This game is a perfect teaser game for me. 5.5. You would add 6 to that, so you'd be at 11.5. And Cardinals plus 11.5 is right in the
easy.
right in the basket for me. So we don't talk about teasers a lot. Maybe it's something I'll start betting them so I can talk about them more.
That's pretty interesting.
Judiciously. But once you get over that 4.5 point thing, so you get to 10 with the teaser, touchdown and a field goal. You get that 10.5. It's beautiful. So same thing here, 5.5. You get to 11.5, and that's right in the basket. So, all right, moving on. Colts and Titans in another snoozer in the AFC South. I literally saw this game and thought to myself, how boring of a game is this going to be? This is of all the games this week, and there are games with worse teams, this might be the game I want to watch the least. I have no idea who's starting for the Colts. David, you're balls deep in the injury reports. Is it Joe Flacco? Is Anthony Richardson back? What's going on? No idea.
I didn't see who's starting, but I would almost hope it's Joe Flacco. Anthony Richardson does nothing for me as a starter.
We all hope it's Joe Flacco, which is terrible to say about a second-year quarterback who was a 4th overall pick. But he has really
Taylor's out. He's injured. I mean, it's an interesting injury report right now for the Titans. Jamal Adams out. Keandre Coburn, the defensive lineman's out. Cedric Gray's out, which not huge. But then on the Colts injury report,
we don't need the whole thing.
Jonathan Taylor's out, so they're gonna have 0 run game.
They won't have 0 run game, but effective run game is going to get worse.
Don't you think if Flacco was a starter, wouldn't you have the Colts the favorite in this game? So it makes me think.
Here's the only reason
they know something we don't.
Here's the only reason I wouldn't. Coming off a bye. And teams coming off a bye, you don't know how this I can't remember who's the head coach there now. I just lost his name.
Where?
Regardless, it doesn't matter. He's a brand new head coach, so we have no idea how he's going to respond coming off the bye. But inevitably, there's a little bump for teams coming off the bye. You're better prepared. You're better rested. You know what I mean? So I think that would be the only reason that they
Shane
would still
Steichen.
be Steichen. Thank you. No, not for the Colts. For the
Titans.
Titans. Titans are coming off the bye.
Give me the Colts +3 on that one.
Oh, you got a full 3 there. That's actually nice.
+3.
Yeah.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we only got 2.5.
And
on
this
ours.
is-
Okay.
David.
Nice. Yeah, I went with the Colts as well. I don't think Richardson, he's listed as questionable. I think they're going to give him another week, which hopefully means Joe Flacco in the game. It's going to be tough without a run game. I just don't trust the Tennessee Titans to do anything worthwhile. So give me the 2.5 to the
Least favorite bet of the day. I'll take the Titans.
pretty gross.
I'll take the Titans. I'll lay 2.5 points. It is purely a team coming off a bye, facing a banged up team. So I will
Brian
take
Callahan.
Thank you, Brian Callahan.
Brian Callahan.
Yeah, so I'll take the Titans coming off a bye, -2.5 points at home. All right, Texans Patriots in New England. Texans coming off a huge win against the Bills. Do they have a letdown week in them here when they play a team that they should beat, but a team that is it'll be interesting to see because now we've got Drake May out there, right? It'll be interesting to see, do they maintain that physical presence that they've had that's really honestly kept them in games. Their defense has been okay. I would go as far as to say their defense has been good. Run the ball, so on and so forth. Now you put Drake May in there. Can you get just that little bit of extra out of the quarterback position to push them over the top and win some of these games that they've been real close on? David, what do you got? Patriots +6.5 here.
I hate this. I was really hoping for a 7.5 because I probably would have taken that.
Vegas knows. Vegas knows.
Vegas knows.
Of course they do. But again, I don't think even after the win from last week for Houston, Houston's got a bunch of receivers. They've got a ground game, and their defense looks pretty good. The Drake May bump hopefully is real because I'd actually like to see him do okay. I don't want to see him do well, though. And with that receiving core, I just don't see it happening. It would be a slog fest of, run the ball and grind them down on defense. So I'm going to take Houston, but I don't love it.
Sturls?
See, I think they're going to be focused on running the ball. I'm talking about the New England Patriots here. 6.5. You got the Texans coming off their Super Bowl of the season. So give me the Patriots +6.5 on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little salt there.
Yeah. That's me betting with my heart because I want them to.
This morning.
Yeah, a little bit, man. I was so pissed off at last week. Was just it was tough for me with the Houston Texans. So F them, bro.
I mean, I think there's only one guy though that you really say F them, right?
Hey, if you associate yourself with all of them for just liking Steph, so F all of them.
He is.
Yeah, man, dog. It was so like it. I don't give me 1 minute.
Your margarita's got a salty rim today, man.
Dog.
Just
when Steph is the martyr, plays the martyr, like really, dude, like it wasn't like the Bills just wanted Steph out. Like, dude, you took yourself out of the equation. You didn't want to be here, so don't. This game was, my teammates knew how important it was, and then the whole side eye thing. It's like, bro, get a fucking life, dog. Like, just good riddance, man. I'm salty. The Texas has taken one of my favorite rappers, and Takeoff from Migos. Like, I can't stand Houston. Can't stand it. So yeah, I've been salty for a couple years with Houston. Actually, the only thing that makes it better is CJ Stroud, but all the rest of them, F all them dudes, man. I'm done now.
Feel better?
Yeah, a little bit.
That intermission brought to you by Kosher Salt. Find Morton's Kosher Salt at your favorite grocery store.
Thank you. Hey, this is a safe place, so thank you for letting me get that out. But it's true, man. Yeah. Now I'm cussing. Now I don't care now.
What about
I'm up now.
Listen, man, maybe I'm getting older or whatever, but I just don't have enough time to waste on that. Like, it's whatever.
Everybody's
If
got to
he
pay
wants
rent.
to-
Nobody's living rent free.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who live rent free. They're mostly chicks who have turned me down, but Stephon Diggs is not one of them.
He never turned you down.
Yeah, he did.
Stephon Diggs is not one of them. Like, it's whatever to me, man. It really doesn't bother me at all. And as fun of a story as the Texans were last year, they will take a heel turn here quickly to a villain in the NFL's eyes.
Yeah.
If they start dominating that division and winning year in and year out. It's very rare that a successful team still has like a good rep nationally. The Bills are actually one of the few teams that kind of does it, but you still hear people being sick of the Bills, so on and so forth.
Sure.
But you know, as teams start to win, inevitably they go through this cycle of, oh, that team's good, that's a lot of fun, and now I hate them.
Fuck those guys, yeah.
Exactly.
Now, this next game's an interesting one, and I got some questions for you boys. You want to intro it, Rob?
I mean, do you want? I don't want to step on your toes. If you want to do it, I'm not going to stop you.
All right, this is the one that was interesting because I love when these two teams play. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. No David Carr. Derek Carr, Jesus.
I was like, yo.
Neither of them going to start a quarterback.
That's right.
David and Derek both out today.
And no Taysom Hill, which means Spencer Rattler's game today for New Orleans. Tampa Bay's got -3.5. You're looking at the backup quarterback in New Orleans. This seems like an easy pick to me, but I need your advice here. Is there any way New Orleans, with the third string quarterback, a rookie, can pull this out at home?
Oof.
I mean, who are you asking here? You want me? I'll go.
Yeah.
All right. So first amazing thing that you said, Buccaneers and Saints is one of the exciting games of the day. Just take a second and fucking think about that. Because you're right. It is. It's actually a game I'll be keeping an eye on. But
right. I never thought I'd say that.
Right. 5 weeks into the season, you wouldn't have caught me dead being like, oh God, Tampa Bay and New Orleans, let's go. So yeah, it's interesting that this game has turned into something that's worth paying attention to. I have gone through this interesting maturity with Spencer Rattler. I knew him back when he was a 5-star high school recruit, and those videos came out of him treating his fellow teammates like dog shit, acting like he was so much better than them. I knew him all the way back then, right? And I've watched him go through this I'm the hot shit guy, and then like get humbled and have to kind of take a step back and realize what you really are. And it has a guy who I never liked, but like, let's take a second and remember that he was 17 years old in those clips. And when he was at Oklahoma, an unsavory 19-year-old kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like he's gone through some maturing, and it has suddenly turned into this kind of story that I'm like kind of rooting for him. Yeah. I would love to see him mature and come out and, you know, earn himself a backup spot in the league by not playing like dog shit today. It would kind of be a cool story. So I'm rooting for him. But Vita Vea is going to eat him for fucking lunch, dog. like I just don't think he's got what it takes to play at an NFL level. It will be interesting. Jake Haener out there last week. I mean, it looked like a JV quarterback running the varsity team.
It was bad.
It was not. It didn't look safe for him out there. Let's put it that way.
And Kamara is also, right now it's unspecified on their site, but hip and hand injury, didn't practice on Wednesday, limited Thursday and Friday, may not go today.
That's the story inside the game too, right? Like, so like there's a Spencer Rattler story, there's an Alvin Kamara story. Then if you zoom out, I mean, this NFC South is wide open.
Wide open.
It's gonna be fun whoever makes it in. Can't believe I'm saying that. But the NFC South team that's going to be in the playoffs is going to be this little like wrench of a home game where like somebody like the Cowboys is going to have to go and play, and like you could have another upset there. So I just find this game, like you said, very interesting. I'm taking the Bucks minus 3.5. Yes, it feels like a trap game, but if they pull it out, just absolutely crazy. If Spencer Rattler pulls out the win, it would be absolutely nuts. I will point out that this is another teaser game for me. Plus 2.5 there if you take the teaser with the Bucks, and I would feel better about that. Sterls, who you got?
My heart says the Saints because, I like a good quarterback story, kid from trying to figure it out. But my money says I'm going with the Bucks. So I give me the Bucks minus 3.5. And it's the same,
Which means
it's the same
if
odds
all
on my
three of
book,
us
too.
if all three of us are on the Bucks, it is for
Saints
sure.
are winning.
Like hammer that Saints back.
Yeah.
That's all you got for it?
Yeah, you guys took an hour talking about it, so
wow.
that's kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
It's gonna be that day today. All right,
No,
All right, well, let's talk about your boy Deshaun Watson then. Browns
Please.
at Eagles. Browns now 1-4, Eagles 2-2. The Browns are getting 8.5 points, and I still wouldn't bet them versus an Eagles team that is coming off a bye but went into it fledgling. Talks about Nick Sirianni, if his seat's hot, so on and so forth. And as many terrible things as you could say about the Eagles so far, when the fuck are we benching Deshaun Watson? I mean,
Man.
Holy Christ, it's bad. It is bad. And what's real bad now is that NFL commentators across the league have now been saying it's clearly not a coach's decision. It's clearly not about who gives you the best chance to win. Ooh. It is 100% a contract situation. And Kevin Stefanski is gonna lose his fucking job over it. Like, it's kind of crazy.
That's kind of messed up.
It's crazy.
Why can't you win with this garbage quarterback that we overpaid for and fucked the quarterback market for the next 2 decades? Oh, I don't know. Well, you're fired. You're like, thank you. Thank you.
It's crazy. Sterls, who you got in this game?
Give me and it's 8.5 points.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll take the Eagles minus 8.5, and I hate that. I hate that I just did that, but I got to. I mean, the Browns have shown nothing on offense, nothing, and so yeah. I mean, I think the Eagles can get a couple garbage touchdowns. So it'll be like a 21-7, 24-10 kind of game.
Ooh, man, that guy.
Right,
David, who you got?
Eagles are getting healthy. It'd be good to pick the Eagles. This is one of the ones where that spread's a little high, even though the Browns are garbage. I'm going to take the Browns plus 8.5 just to be a little different.
Eagles off an early bye. They needed it too. They were getting beat up. They needed kind of a reset mentally, I think. Vic Fangio is a vet coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
They've got plenty of talent on that team. I think the bye week helps them figure it out, and I hope they come out and smash today. I really do. All right, kind of the darling of the early NFL season, the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels. Man, he's playing so well right now that on like sports night, football night in America, they're talking about, hey, there's only been one NFL rookie MVP or rookie NFL MVP. And it's like, all right, he's playing well. Is he playing that well?
No.
I mean, that's kind of that is crazy talk.
I mean, right now, is there a quarter like Pat Mahomes is throwing a bunch of picks? So I don't know if you can call him. I don't know if you can call him the MVP. Is there another quarterback where you're like, that dude's indestructible right now?
Lamar Jackson.
Josh.
Doesn't have to be a quarterback.
Okay.
Not a quarterback award.
Lamar Jackson's killing it right now.
He's doing well. This feels like a better year for him to get the MVP than last year, but okay, I'm not going to cry about that one. But who else in the league right now? You just go, God damn, that is when they're on the field, they're the most important player on this league.
It's 5 games.
And so far, that's all you can judge it on. You can't extrapolate it out to
Or you can just say, like, this is why we don't put out college football rankings till week 7. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know is what we don't know.
That's true.
And so Madison Hobson here says they have 8 punts this season. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's been fantastic. His completion percentage was over 80% for a large portion of the year. They also beat a Bengals team who has beat nobody. They've been close. They almost beat the Ravens and almost beat the Chiefs, but they beat a Bengals team who's beat nobody. I'm trying to remember their other games. They weren't overly impressive wins. Arizona, which I do like Arizona, but again, we're not talking about them taking down great teams.
Right. Still impressive for a rookie, though.
Hello today. This might be the 11 o'clock game I'm the most interested in.
Man,
Washington Commanders at the Baltimore Ravens. And all I can think in the back of my head is Kevin Hart's dad. You gonna learn today? Like, we're gonna find out. Today we are gonna find out if Jaden Daniels is for real or if he has a little bit of a welcome to the NFL moment here.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you a question. Is it a comeback to earth day for the Ravens? I mean, because they've kind of been on a tear, right?
Let me answer your question with a question. How good do you think the rest of the Commanders roster is? I think they've got some good weapons. I think their O-line is okay. I think their defense is uninspiring. Defensive line is good, but I think their defense is uninspiring. I don't know that the rest of the team has the chutzpah to play against a Baltimore Ravens team that looks like it's finding itself a little bit.
Who is Polar Knights?
I love this. It's the perfect.
I don't know, but it's a great comment. Starts with
right?
Rob, goes to me, and then to Sterls.
2, 3.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
All right, so this is a game where I looked at the spread, and when I saw it, it was 6.5. I kind of teased that up to 7.5 because I'm okay with a touchdown. So I went with Washington plus 7.5. I think the Ravens have kind of hit a stride, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I like what Jaden Daniels is doing, but Rob, you're 100% accurate. Their defense is questionable. It's one of the ones where you go,
we've talked about this before because our boys bit the dust when they went in there. It's a team that presents a different kind of challenge. Like, you don't face teams that come in and just absolutely pound it down your throat the same way that they do. And they've got a quarterback who can make plays on top of it. It's a different kind of challenge that you got to face there, Sterls.
So let me give you a couple stats. The Ravens and the Commanders are top 5 in the league in total yards per game, and they're 1 and 2 in rush yards per game. That's awesome. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be amazing. I love that.
That's the morning game I am most interested in.
It's interesting. Listen, the rookie QBs all around have not been playing terrible. In fact, they're putting a graphic up on the London game just a second ago. The winning records for QBs overall across rookie QBs across the league. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
It is. Like, let's not understate how impressive it is to come in as a rookie and just have a winning record, much less play at the level that Jaden Daniels has been playing at. So this isn't a shot at the Commanders. I don't think they can handle the physicality of the Ravens. They're not built for it. They're not.
Yeah. Young team.
Yeah. So I'm going to lay the 6.5. I'm going to say the Ravens kind of have a welcome to the NFL moment for Jaden Daniels here. Where he kind of gets reset. And listen, if he figures out a way to win this game,
Big.
Now we can start talking.
Now
about,
he's on the
like,
radar, right?
Yeah, like now legit we can start talking about NFL MVP, that kind of stuff. If he comes out and dominates this football game. All right, boys, that's it for the morning games. I mean, just like that, we flew through. You know what I mean? We're into the bye weeks now, so now you get a little bit lighter of a schedule. You guys seem thrilled. All right, we're going to take our little commercial break here. Commercial question coming up. And I thought I was the one that was going to be dead. I mean, look at the two of you. Holy.
Hey, hold on, man. First of all, chill, okay? I feel great right now.
Yeah, I mean, if great is acting like you're on a Quaalude, good for you.
Oh, big words today.
All right, commercial question. We had somebody very interestingly quit our office last week. And so it made me wonder if you had any good quitting stories. Just real quick, this guy got a promotion and then over the weekend cleaned out his office, and Monday after his shift took the last of his stuff, walked out, and was like, I'm going across the street, and at least I don't have to work for that guy anymore. And it was like, whoa, wow.
Damn.
It was it was a moment for sure. So I was wondering if either of you have a good quitting story.
Oh, man. A good friend of mine, this is during the whole COVID thing. So I used to work for the federal government. And they were trying to, like, if you want to be in the office, you had to have a COVID shot. Well, this dude was like, I ain't getting it. He even got a fake COVID vaccine card. I mean, so anyway, they approached him. They were like, hey, dude, today is the last day. Like, you can't be here if you don't have a COVID shot or a vaccine card. And he was like, you know what? F you guys, F this. This is all a conspiracy. I mean, dude, like, took his keyboard and slammed it on his desk and said F you and just walked out the door.
Wow.
Security had to like guide him out, but he was like, I'm done. Yeah. So
David, a lot of service industry for you. There's got to be one good story.
You probably got some crazy stories.
I had somebody in one of the restaurants I was running. They were trying to get out. They had been trying to get out forever. I didn't own the restaurant, so I didn't have a dog in the fight. And Mother's Day brunch comes, which is one of the busiest days in the restaurant business. And that motherfucker I called him and he goes, I'm in Jamaica. I flew out last night. And I was like,
dang.
And you could hear the speakers in the airport in Jamaica. He had just landed in Kingston, and I was like, so you're not coming in today?
Cool. Phone call would have been nice. It's situations like that, and this is why I've never quit like that, because I absolutely have the balls to do something like that, but I just he just fucked you guys over so hard. Shoot. And it's not for me, like, normally who I hate is like the company or something, like, right? Like, I don't want to fuck over all the people.
Me.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't want to fuck over all my ex now co-workers. So I would just never do it like that. But man, some of the stories are crazy. Welcome back. If you were in the commercial during the commercial break, commercial question was, do you have any good quitting stories? You guys ever quit some kind of crazy way or anything like that? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Same thing if you have any questions about football. I mean, we're here to talk ball, of course. So if you've got fantasy questions, betting questions, survivor pool, whatever it is, drop them in the chat. We'll talk about it. Real quickly, this was something I wanted to ask you about the Commanders. So I have a friend that's a diehard Commanders fan. Love him. When we were in college, we were the two that were crazy enough about our team that we rolled our asses out of bed at 1:00 in the afternoon and went and found a place to watch the game together. Him and my other college roommate, the three of us would make sure to go watch the game every weekend. And, it was early for college. But David, you're from the area. I mean, my friend was like I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, are we good now? Are we actually a good team? I don't know. So just real quickly, can you give us the vibe from the DC area about this Commanders team?
100%. Yeah, I lived in Maryland, DC, and Virginia for about 13 years. And the crazy part is half of the people I went to like high school with were still riding them over the last 10 years. And they're like, oh, we're going to win and we're going to do this. And I was like, man, it's getting delusional. And now they're just like, I think we're good. And it seems very, well, the car went real nice. And I don't know what to do with my hands. It does feel super awkward because they're good. And they, while the teams they've beaten may not have been juggernauts, people in the DMV are now going, oh.
You have to explain what the DMV is to people, because
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
they think you're talking about the car registered.
But honestly, I got some great friends that I still talk to who are have been diehard Washington fans for their entire lives, and they seem pretty amped up. But it seems like one of those cautiously optimistic things where they go, it's been so long, we don't know what to do with this. We don't want to jinx it, so we're just going to sit here and nod and go.
Happy for fan bases like that, honestly.
Right?
Genuinely happy for fan bases like that, because it was a good fan base that just kind of had to go through some shit. And as Bills fans, we went through the same thing where it's like, guys, are we good now? Like, are we actually good? Not like the 2019 year, like we made the playoffs, like, oh, cool, we're good. No, 2020, like, started just fucking blopping fools. You know what I mean? It's just like, wait, hold on.
What a time. What a freaking time, man.
An incredible part of my life. And of course, because it's my life, it happened during COVID and I couldn't celebrate with anybody. All right. Chargers and Broncos. And hey, listen, maybe you guys are a little salty about it because all three of us live in the Denver area. So some people get a little salty about Broncos fans because they are loud. But I'm happy for the Broncos fans too, dog. I mean, 3-2. Bo Nix looks like he might actually be a legit quarterback.
Yeah.
Chargers coming to town, coming in off a bye. Justin Herbert, I think, is going to play. I'm pretty sure. I heard he was going to play. Broncos getting 3 points at home. And listen, I have to just stop down real quick and say that Vance Joseph has done amazing things with this defense. You have one superstar in Patrick Surtain on that defense, and I mean, the rest are kind of no-names. They're people that you've heard of here or there or whatever, and he has put together a defense that is absolutely crushing right now. It's going to be a test for him because the Chargers are one of the few teams like the Ravens that stress you in ways that other teams don't necessarily stress you. So Broncos are 3-point dogs at home. David, who you got for this one?
Rob, I know you like a home dog, and I'm actually on board with you. Coming up to altitude off a bye week, you hope early season conditioning isn't in their favor. You hope that the defense can keep doing what they've been doing. So I'm riding with Denver right now, and I think they're starting to show something. Bo Nix does look good. Even if he plays, I just don't know if Justin Herbert's going to be Justin Herbert. He's played injured before, and he still puts in the effort, but you just got to worry about it a little bit. And I think Broncos are going to take this one.
Bears, another touchdown. Caleb Williams with a pass to Cole Kmet.
In the back
so
of the
they're
end
up
zone.
14-3 now. They're looking sweet.
I just lost
in London. And this could be the death blow for the Jaguars too, by the way.
Good point.
This one could get Doug Peterson fired for sure. Sterling, who you got? Broncos, Chargers.
I'm going to take the Broncos +3. I just don't have much confidence in the Chargers, winning this game. They always seem to let you down, right? In critical moments. I think, divisional games as such, both these teams are one of the top teams defensively in total yards. So give me the Broncos +3 on this one.
Yeah, weird, rare situation that we are all in line here. I'm going to take the Broncos +3 as well. This is mostly because I can in-game bet that. So Broncos +3. I think they score a touchdown, get up at some point, and I can bet the Chargers on that. The Chargers aren't a team that feels like they're any good, and then just every week they're kind of right there. They're beat up.
Yep.
There's
There's always an excuse, you know?
Yeah, and listen, it's the first year of Harbaugh trying to instill his values into the team. They start 2-0, but they beat like the Panthers, and I don't remember who the other team is. You know what I mean? Like they weren't great. It wasn't great competition that they were playing. So that 2-2 feels maybe a little fake to me. So I'll take the Broncos +3. Like you said, David, home dog. You know what I mean? Give me that. Steelers at Raiders. Steelers laying 3.5 points. The Raiders just seem like a total shit show right now. Oof. I mean, talk about wheels coming off. Rumor has it now, and I think that they're just putting this out there to drive up the price one last time, but rumor has it now that they're okay with holding on to Davante Adams, even if he wants to be traded. They will not eat salary, and they will not trade him if a team doesn't meet their price, which is a second-round pick. Kind of interesting there. And then on the other side, quarterbacks galore. Are we doing Justin Fields? Are we doing Russell Wilson? Fields will get the start for today, but you wonder how much longer he is in the starting role. Started off hot, but, I mean, you got to win games, dog. You got to win games, especially when Russell Wilson's standing right behind you. So, David, we head out to the desert. Steelers -3 in Vegas. Who you got?
I'm still going with the Steelers. That defense is insane. Right now, like you said, the Raiders look like an organization in a free fall. I don't care about the Davante Adams talk unless he goes to the Bills. I don't care about any of that other stuff. They just don't look like a good organization. So I'm going to go ahead and take the -3. Go with Pittsburgh. Even as an away team, I have trouble betting on the Raiders. And this is a team whose defense can get after the quarterback really quick. So yeah, give me the Steelers and fuck the Raiders.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
Sterles.
He said it with his whole chest. I love it.
He really did.
I love that. Give me the Steelers -3. And I hate betting this game because I feel like this is a sucker game. You know, I feel like the Raiders are going to have this offensive explosion with all these no names and just shock the Steelers. So my mind and my money say, give me the Steelers -3. That's the responsible thing to do. We'll see what happens.
Fuck the responsible thing. Because you're right. That is the responsible thing to do. But the Steelers don't win games by 2 scores. The Steelers don't even win games by a touchdown. The Steelers win games by 3 points. And I'm getting 3 points here for the Raiders at home. Give it to me. I'll take the Raiders plus the 3 points. It's not that I don't think the Steelers are going to win. It's just that I think that the Steelers are going to be up by 3 at the end of the game and run Najee Harris 3 times. Like that is who they are. It's what they do. I don't think they win this game by more than 3 points. It will be interesting though, because in Vegas, I imagine this is going to be a Steeler home game. The way that fan base is.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But if the Steelers do win this one, they'll be 4-2, and I think Justin Fields for another week will hold on to that game. So, or hold on to that spot, that starting spot. All right, next one: Lions and Cowboys. One of the better games of the afternoon. Not because I think it's going to be a good game, but because I think the Cowboys are going to get blapped, and we all love to watch that. So I'll just go ahead and tell you my bet. As you could probably guess, I'll take the Lions. I'll lay the 3 points. It's a Lions team coming off a bye that felt like it really needed it, but went into the bye with a ton of momentum. I've said that about every team that went into a bye, but that is the NFL, right? Everybody's beat up. You need your bye whenever it comes. I think it'll hurt the Lions later in the season that it was so early, but for now, that Cowboys team is beat up. I don't know if Micah Parsons is playing. Yeah, give me the Lions. I'll lay the 3 points, and I hope that we get to watch a slap in the face for the Cowboys in Dallas today. Sterls, who you got?
I'm going to take the Cowboys plus 3.5. I mean, the Lions definitely look like the best team.
Wait,
to
hold
me.
on.
Yeah,
Interesting.
hold on.
Half.
Yeah, interesting. You got the hook on your.
Yeah, that would be different.
That hook matters. That 0.5 does matter, especially when you're talking about 3.5 or 3. So on BetMGM, it's just I'm only laying 3. I'm not laying 3.5, and that does make a difference to me. So you got plus 3.5 for the
plus
Cowboys.
3.5 for the Cowboys.
So if you've got multiple books on your phone, shop around and look for that half point either direction. But go ahead.
I would take the plus 3.5. I think for right now, I got to take Detroit -3. But if it was 3.5, I would certainly consider swapping over to Dallas.
I mean, the Lions are the better team. I mean, I don't think that's a question. However, that 3.5 does push the needle just a little further.
And Vegas knows it too.
Yeah.
Listen, they're doing everything they can at BetMGM to not push it to 3.5. It's -115 for the Lions and -105 for the Cowboys. So they're trying to get you to bet on the Cowboys +3 and not give you that hook. That's why they're doing that. So yeah, that 0.5 does make a difference. All right, so we've got everybody thinking that the Lions are going to win, but Sterls, you're betting Cowboys because you're getting the hook is where we're at.
I'm betting the Cowboys because for the hook, yeah.
All right, Falcons at Panthers. Falcons -6 on the road. But, I mean, that Panthers team has looked woeful at best. The backup quarterback bump that you got from starting Andy Dalton has officially worn off, and it's going to be a long season in Carolina. David, who you got in this one?
Don't bet Carolina. If anybody's listening, if anybody's watching, don't bet Carolina.
I mean, that is the time to bet Carolina.
I'm doing it.
When
I'm doing it.
Saying that. Go ahead, Sterls. Tell us why.
Give me Carolina all day on this. It's a divisional game. You know, one thing the Panthers can do is run the football. And I just, you know, the Falcons don't inspire me as a team that's just gonna, you know how it's like when you play down to the level of your opponent. That's what I feel like the Falcons are right now. You know, it's coming down to the last drive of the game, you know, and Kirk Cousins saving the day. So I think it's going to be one of those games where it's going to come down to probably the last drive. For some reason, the Carolina Panthers are going to keep it close. So give me the +6 for the Panthers.
I say this about different teams every year. And this year it very much feels like a Falcons thing to me. They feel like a jet engine trying to light. You know, you see in the movies, the pilot desperately turning the engine on and off, trying to light it. And they should cut to the shot of the engine. And it's like, that's what's happening here. And one of these days, that engine's going to light. Yeah. And you're going to get a little extra burn here from the Falcons. What better day for it to happen than against the Carolina Panthers? I'm not saying for sure that it's going to happen today, but I do feel like the Falcons can just come out and do a little ponying here in Carolina. So I'm going to take the Falcons and I'm going to lay the 6 points. All right, we made it to the primetime games, which are mostly uninspiring. In fact, if our team wasn't one of them, I would probably say that they were terrible. But we'll start with Bengals Giants. That is the Sunday night football game tonight. And the team that everybody wants to watch is 1-4. And the team that nobody wants to watch is 2-3 and coming off a victory in Seattle. Kind of crazy, but Daniel Jones has a better record than Joe Burrow right now. I just want to.
What a time to be alive, right?
And think about that.
You ain't lying, Dave.
Thibodeau got put on IR, so he'll be out for this one. I don't think there's any other major stuff going on. Listen, the Bengals have seemed like they are game as a contender. Like, they have taken big dogs to the wire. Ravens and Chiefs, all the way down to the last second. But guess what? Close only counts on horseshoes and hand grenades. Like, they do not, You don't get extra points for almost beating the Ravens or almost. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're the Bills or the Bengals. You both lost to the Ravens.
Right.
Doesn't matter how it happened, right? So it's interesting because we keep saying every week on this show when we talk about the Bengals, we keep saying, "Oh, they're right there. Oh,
Yep.
well, they're right there." Well, guess what? At some point, you got to convert, dog. Like at some point, you actually have to win one of these games. It better be this week. If you lose to the Giants, it's going to get ugly in Cincinnati. Sterls, who you got?
Give me the Bengals -3.5, and I'll put this solely on the Bengals offense. Joe Burrow is cooking. I mean, that dude and Jamar Chase, those boys they can score. They just can't defend. So I don't think that the Giants are going to be able to, with Kayvon Thibodeau out, I don't think they'll be able to keep up. Malik Neighbors is probably not playing. So give me the Bengals.
David?
We talked about it with the Cowboys game. I'm looking at BetMGM. Giants +3.5. That hook might be the deal breaker for me. So I'm actually going to go Giants +3.5. I think both teams will score again. I don't think either team's going to play defense particularly well. Most games come down to that field goal, so the 3.5 is enough to hook me. So,
and remember, if you see us looking down constantly at our phones and you're like, these guys aren't even paying attention, it's because we're actually betting these games as we tell you what we're betting. David's the only one that goes through early and does it because he's a freak show and wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I had a couple games today where I was like, I need to talk this through with the boys because I don't love anything about this game. So there were 4 games I didn't bet, but have bet them throughout the course. So we're good now.
Yeah, listen, like you said, the playmakers for the Giants out, Neighbors, Thibodeau. The Bengals don't need to play any differently than they've played. They just need to actually finish it one time here. So I'm going to take the Bengals too. I'll lay the 3.5 for Sunday Night Football. And then last but not least, our boys, Buffalo Bills, headed into MetLife. Man, I can't, it's turf, so it should not matter. But I cannot tell you how much it freaks me out that there's going to be a Sunday night game and then a Monday night game on that field.
I don't love that at all.
Freaks me out.
Oh, damn. And I hate that you just said that.
Freaks me out, dog.
Yeah.
But Monday Night Football, Bills -2 in New York to face the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Brand new head coach, Aaron Rodgers. And in the New York Jets, he's did you guys hear? He's named player coach. Did you guys see that?
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
I was like, what?
I was like, that would have come across my Twitter.
Yeah, dog.
Seen your two faces? I mean, good Lord.
But you know what? It's like one of those things because, with Aaron Rodgers, it's like it totally could happen. Totally.
It could.
Like, don't worry, guys. I got this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call my own plays, dog. We're good.
I mean, is he not the coach anyways? Like, if we're actually.
That's kind of the joke I was making is that he's basically the coach anyway. All right, Bills -2. And I mean, I'll go first. It just doesn't feel like enough for me. Bills are getting healthier. Taron Johnson probably back. I think Ed Oliver's still going to miss this game.
Yep.
Ed's out.
Khalil Shakir. Oh, did they officially say that? Khalil Shakir looks like he'll be back. Did they officially say he's back?
Questionable, but he was out there moving around, so he looked pretty good.
And Devontae Adams going to be on the field for the Bills. So no, I see.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be great.
Seeing if I can get you guys twice. But -2 just doesn't seem like enough. So if I was betting this game, hello rose-colored glasses, I would take the Bills -2 here. Your thoughts, fellas? Sterls, who you got?
I don't want to bet this game.
You don't have to. I don't bet Bills games. I just told you that.
But give me the Bills -2. And I just don't know, dog. This is the game where the Jets could totally beat the Bills, like totally.
Would you bet the over-under with me? Not actually bet on the outcome of the game, just the over-under?
Nah.
41. Yeah.
Dog. Nah.
I hate everything about this game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it smells, doesn't it? It smells.
It
And
smells like devastation, like
Yeah.
some weird, wacky shit,
Yeah.
field injury. Just
Hey,
it just
Shut your
does.
mouth.
Now I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood, but it does. It just feels nasty, doesn't
does.
it?
Yeah, I very much want to get through this week. Is my thought process on
Yep.
it. Who would you bet if you were betting, David?
Buffalo.
I'm betting it. I'm gonna bet it.
Listen, if it was an extra point here, I'd probably take the Jets. If it was a full field goal, if it was a field goal and a hook, I'd definitely take the Jets.
Yep.
Let's make a case. Let me just make a case here real quick because we've been sarcastic, but in all seriousness, this Jets team, they can run the ball, and that has proved to be the Bills' weakness so far. So if they run the ball, they have a better chance of beating the Bills here. Good D line. Their corners can shut down the Bills wide receivers, no question about it. Bill's going to have to run the ball too. James Cook, do we know if he's playing, by the way?
His agency said that he's going to play.
I did see that, and I thought it was weird that the agent put it out, not the team.
I am less convinced, and I think even if he is active for the game, I think he's going to be super limited, which means you're hoping a Ray Davis, you're hoping somebody else. Maybe they actually use Curtis Samuel as a fucking running back and give him the ball at some point.
Or they just don't run the ball as the Bills typically do. Man,
Oh,
Trevor
man.
Lawrence comes right out.
I'll take Ray Davis. Give me Ray Davis. I mean, shoot, he can. I think he'll be okay. He'll be, to fill in for this one game. I mean, his pass protection hasn't been great, but I like his north-south ability between the tackles. I mean, he ain't gonna dance back there, so I'll take it.
Ty Johnson was good and with touches last year.
Yeah.
And I assume he would be the other guy that gets touches in that situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, I think the Bills should win the game, but there's a case to be made that the Jets are in a better position. Unfortunately, very boringly for a primetime game, the answer for both teams is like, you can run the ball on this other team. And that's exactly what they should do. I don't know if they're going to do that with two star quarterbacks in prime time. The other question I have, and Sturls, we talked about it on our Bills podcast, but is Josh Allen healthy? Like,
that's a great question.
See him and his head.
Hand, the head, the ribs.
The head is my biggest concern.
Yeah.
The hand, less so. The ankle, a little bit. If it is a legit ankle injury, his mobility is important to him. So, it just like you're putting a lot on this dude every week. Him being healthy is an important piece to that. So, all right, guys, anything else you want to say about this NFL weekend before we wrap it up? Our dude Sturls has to roll to his son's basketball game.
Yeah, man, we got 2 games up in Aurora.
Is his girlfriend coming?
Nah. No, God, no.
Did he give her his away jersey so she'll be wearing it?
Lord.
I love giving him a hard time about it. I don't know why.
Dude, he's a mess, man. I don't need him to have any more distractions out there. Just go out there and play the damn game, Just get out there and play, kid.
Yeah, but I mean, do it for the lady. I mean, you never played a game. I mean, I definitely did in high school where I was like, oh, she's wearing my jersey today. Like, I got it. Never? You never?
I did.
I mean, I had multiples. So I'm just telling you, dog. I'm just telling you.
Damn. All right.
Hey. It's facts on facts.
Okay, sure. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
All right, boys. Love you. Nice work as always. Those watching.
Really?
Likewise.
Really?
Dave.
That's how we got to leave it? That's incredible.
I mean, we can talk about some other stuff,
You're just going to let him get away with that.
That's why it's Sturls for the girls, not Sturl for the girl. Think about it.
Hey,
No, it
now
is
we're on to
still for the
something,
girl
dog.
now. I got news for you.
Yeah, that's true. You put the old life away, you know. Put the
He's
old life
sold
away,
out,
dog.
He can act like a player all he wants. He's sold
Not no
out.
more.
Bought in.
So-
He didn't
Sold.
sell out. He bought in. It's
Nope.
different.
Bought
sold
in
out.
all the way.
He's sold out. All right. Appreciate everybody. We do this every Sunday. So if you want to come kick it with the fellas, make sure that you join us Sunday mornings. David, do you do any other podcasts? I don't think you do you? No. So you can only catch David here. But follow him at Suck Less Grogan, because you know he at least tweets all day about his bets going on. Sterls has like 1 million podcasts, including Tuesday on Bills on these same channels. Him and I talk Bills. And then what you got? The Hezzy on Wednesday.
Yep,
What else you
yep.
got, Sterls?
Hezzy and me and Jay Spence do our little thing on the Chop Up, which is a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, that's a good show.
It's fun. So
What
yeah.
are the days on that? Drop it. Let the people know.
So yeah, so I'll be doing that on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. your time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then I'll do the Hezzy right after that. So
That's a
heavy
lift.
lifting during the week.
Me with Coach Sanford. We break down Broncos in the Altitude Film Room on Tuesdays around lunchtime, but it'll live on the YouTube page after that. And then Tuesday nights, I do Bills with the man Sterls right there.
Yes, sir.
All right, fellas. I hope you have a good football weekend. You get a day of no pressure, and then we'll see y'all for Monday Night Football, hanging out at our Denver Bills Backers Bar. We'll see y'all next week. Make sure you hop in and see your NFL pregame show. We out.
We up out of here. Shit.